Morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:30 on a Wednesday morning. 5:30 in the morning is when we gather to draw a random object from the Random Object Randomogrifier. I'm just going to spritz these watercolors to make sure that they're nice and juicy so that we can have them nice and creamy later on when it's time to use them. We don't have to scrub them so much. We grab a toy out of the toy box or a random object out of the Random Object Randomogrifier, and we draw one every morning. Today is day 87 of that endeavor. And today, ooh, where can't you hear me? The microphone shows to be working. Everything shows to be working. I wonder why you can't hear me. Type it in the chat, see if my mom can hear me. Mom, can you hear me? Everything shows to be working. I don't know why it would not be working because of my microphone. Mom says she can hear. Yeah. So I wonder what. Okay, good. That scares me. Let me tell you, this morning, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I laid there and lounged about and said, you know, it's kind of rainy outside. There's no real reason to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not like I'm actually going to go for a run. And so I did not get up out of bed. I thought I'm just going to lay here and think about my life choices for a few minutes. And then it was 5:20. And that is an issue when you have a stream that's supposed to start at 5:30. It being 5:20 and you're still being in bed. That will give you some adrenaline, sure enough. Sure enough. So, when my daughter is telling me over the phone that she can't hear me, I have no idea what I forgot to do. Just doing started off with a little composition there so that I could try to make sure everything fit where it's supposed to go. And make sure that you have room to put everything, all the features that you want to put on there, where they're supposed to go. Today we're drawing, today's random object from the Randomogrifier is a pirate skeleton seated, affixed to a keg. And when we get more into the details, I'll zoom in and I'll try to zoom in and show you. He is tied to that keg. Which I didn't notice that when I first started talking about it. I didn't really notice that he was tied to the keg. But he is tied to that keg. Skeletons always look so happy with their big smiles. The music is on. Can you not hear the music? I can hear the music. But he's tied to that keg, which makes you imagine an entire backstory about how that happened. the whole skeleton in pirate genre trope is kind of where the rabbit hole I went down last night. Started reading up about different cultures and how they use the bones of their dead. How some cultures would put the bones of their dead out for protection, and some cultures would keep the bones of their dead nearby because they didn't want to lose them as family. And how different other cultures would put the bones of their dead out as to ward off their enemies. I mean, you got the Scythians. You'll have to forgive me. I've never heard it said. I've only ever read about it. The Scythians, I think it is, because it's spelled just like a scythe that you would use to cut down wheat. They would put the bones of their enemies out as a warning. They would hang them out, kind of like Vlad the Impaler would hang all of his enemies on the fence line to warn off the rest of the invaders. Hey, this could happen to you. Little psychological warfare. Bones can be scary. But every culture has some kind of I don't know, I want to say worship's not the right word, some kind of mythos around bones. Because everybody dies. I know that's shocking. If you don't learn anything else today, I say it's probably, but we'll get to that. We'll get in that in a minute. Right now, I was kind of tied into the whole mythos, the whole why are pirates associated with skeletons so much? So that was a rabbit hole I actually went down after I read up on different cultures and the bones and stuff. Man, that ellipse is escaping me. After I read up on the different issues, I am still in the composition phase. No, I'm actually adding some detail now. I'm done with the composition phase. My mom's asking. I'm actually adding some detail now. But after I went into the whole issue about bones, the thing that got me about this is I have 3 or 4 different pirate sets, and all of them have some kind of something about a skeleton. And I've got a whole set of pirate skeleton warriors from various cultures. But some of them are dressed as Vikings. Some of them are dressed as Roman soldiers. They're from various backgrounds, and it got me wondering, what is this business of pirates skeletons. So I started digging into, first, that kind of led me into world culture around skeletons to begin with. And then subtle hint, and then I started digging into the pirate trope altogether. And there's some things that happened kind of based on colonization that I thought was really caught my attention. And it's like the Melanesian people would lay the bones of their loved ones along the path to their house to keep them close and for them to protect their paths, And the colonists, when they got there, had a completely different view of bones like that, and assumed that it was a warning or it was witchcraft. That barrel is just going to haunt me. I'm going to abandon that barrel. They assumed that it was either a warning sign or it was witchcraft, and it wasn't anything like that for the Melanesians. But there's always somebody to capitalize on a crisis. So they used it to their advantage to make the colonists afraid. So you've got the crossing of cultures there, one misunderstanding the other, and it's global because it happens over and over and over, because people die everywhere. There's culture everywhere about what to do with the bones, and so over and over and over, that same scene is played out where colonists encounter what would be funerary rites and misinterpret them as something else. And then you throw in some voodoo. You throw in bringing people in from Africa who have completely different concepts, mixing those things together with the colonists' fear of black magic. And you get a really nice reason why pirates put Jolly Roger on their flag, the psychological warfare, why there would be skeletons on their decorations. I have to remember that it is a toy and not scientifically accurate. Can't talk. Arting. All right. All right. You had the. And you got the, like I said, the trope. All of the pirate stories now. You can't have a pirate story now without having dead pirates and zombie skeletons and stuff like that. And so you've got the Gothic novels of the 1700s, talking about the spooky ghost stories surrounding the dead people, surrounding the deserted ships and stuff. You've got the 1800 penny dreadfuls. The penny dreadfuls from the 1800s, not the year 1800. The whole century. All combined to lead us up to Treasure Island. Which a lot of our current pirate lore is based off of Treasure Island. And Billy Bones, who could forget Billy Bones from Treasure Island? You know, pretty much all pirate stories come back, all modern pirate stories come back to Treasure Island, right? So that makes sense as far as a trope is concerned, as far as a modern recurring theme used throughout the stories is concerned. That would make sense. But you know, and then in the pirate stories, there's the various reasons why you might find a pirate in this condition. You know, did he die defending the booty that he's got in his hand there? Did he die? Did his ship sink? Was he marooned? Did the captain shoot him and leave him as a warning to others? Is he a marker to let you know where to turn, to look for the treasure? There's no historical account of an actual treasure map, only legends of treasure maps. With skeletons left as warnings. So that is all purely Treasure Island. and the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney. Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney had pirates slumped over tables playing cards, had pirates slumped over barrels of booty, all kinds of good stuff. That they ended up using in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Just going through here and adding in some shading so that I have the light shading in place. I want to make sure I've got the core shading in place. The core of the shadow is the darkest part of the shadow. It's usually where the one piece comes into contact with another. Or if it's a rounded shape, it might be the center where the reflected light is not. I should probably dry that just a little bit before I try to add ink to it. Hang on. Because it's nothing more exciting than watching paint dry. That's when I saw that I had overslept, I thought for a second, they'll forgive me. But then I thought, man, I'm so eager to watch the paint dry. But back to the fact that there's a rope here that's not connected to anything else. Right across his chest there. You can kind of make it out on the reference photo. That rope is not connected to anything else. Is the camera switching? Okay. My daughter told me in my ear that the camera has been switching. What was I saying? I have to replay this in my head. Oh yeah, he's tied to that barrel. So was his ship going down and he needed to stay afloat? And that's how he ended up. But there is a silver pistol in his hand right here. So why is there a silver pistol in his hand? Why is he lashed to that barrel? And this is when it gets fun because you can make up any reason you want. That's the joy of toys, right? We can make up any reason we want to. Why he's dead. Why he's... Oh, you know what? I didn't color in that booty. Why he's clutching that booty. I have to color it in to differentiate it from the hand and the leg. Why he's dead clutching that booty. Call it pirate booty. He's got some gunshot laid out in front of him over here. So is that a sack of booty or is that a sack of gunpowder for his pistol? Inquiring minds want to know. How are we doing on time? Oh goodness, it's 5:57. I think we wrapped that up right on time. So today we have hint of pirate, essence of pirate skeleton. What is today? Today is the 25th of June of 2025. Okay, where's the lid of that? We don't want that drying out. So that is my illustration. Oh, hang on, forgot his cap. I tell you what, I'm going to do one more thing. His bones are white, right? So I want a really subtle maybe even a little green. But very subtle, different color around him so that his white bones stand out. Also, this shadow on this side should be a little more, but that's not what we're focused on right now because we have to wrap this up. We just need enough around him to make his white bones stand out. as white. I think that'll do it. I was prepared to call it done before this. Now I am super done. Okay. He's like, wait a minute. Okay. So that is my illustration of the skeleton pirate there. Let's see if I can show it to you from my perspective. All right. Oh, for goodness sakes. There we go. There it is from my perspective. So that's our skeleton pirate. Let's see what Girl 2 has pulled out of the randomogrifier for us to draw tomorrow, which is Thursday. It's an orca whale. This is a special kind of orca whale. This is not just an orca whale. This is a Commerson's dolphin. This is a Commerson's dolphin is what this is. So we'll do that on the Thursday morning show. If you're watching this before 5:30 on Thursday, that means we finna do it. But that's the one we'll do tomorrow, so just stick around. And then at the time of this recording, of course, be sure and tune in tomorrow. Same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel. And then we dance. We'll dance until somebody says, hey, the stream was really choppy today. We dance until somebody says they see me dancing, because that way we know